Good morning. It is Thursday, March 19th, 2026. You're watching Rate Game Live, hosted by me, Nick Mark George. So this is a show that we do every morning, going on 7 days in a row. It's our first week in the books, where we talk about sports based on the ratings from the people on the platform. So you rate the games, I talk about them. It's a beautiful show because we get to talk about what we watched and what was important without any of the noise, any of the nonsense, any of the toxicity of gambling and all of the things that are trying to invade and kind of take away sports in the modern era, the prediction markets, the Kalshis, the polys, whatever they're called. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're with us. You can expect this show to be every morning. And the first thing that we do to kick things off is we talk about the road to 1 million. So we take a snapshot the previous day in sports, in the world of Rate Game, all the leagues, all the games. We try to answer a simple question. Were the sports good? The answer today is, yeah, they were pretty good. They were decent. 6.7 out of 10. That's actually right teetering on the green. 6.7 is actually the first rating number where you are in the green. So 6.7 to 10 is green. 6.6 to 3.4 is yellow. 3.3 and below is red. So just barely made it into green territory. You can say the sports were decent. 4 leagues in action yesterday, 27 games, 1,081 ratings, inching ever so slowly towards 1 million. We're up to 185,000. That's 18.5% of the way there. To date, we have just over 19,000 ratings. So for the month of March, because we are 19 days in, we're at 19,000. We're on pace to absolutely smash the all-time record, which is 20,000 and change, which was set in December. So on our road to 1 million, our next stop on the journey is 200,000. I thought we'd have to get through March to get there. I don't think that's the case. I think we'll get there maybe this weekend. So that's awesome. We have an absolutely jam-packed show today. So closing out the, first 4, we had 2 schools that advanced and got their first tournament win in program history. One of them being Howard, which was yesterday. Congratulations to the Howard Bison. They get the pleasure of playing, I believe it's either Duke or Arizona, one of the 1 seeds, unfortunately. That's that's the reward that you get for winning your first ever NCAA tournament game. You have to run into an absolute buzzsaw, whoever it is, one of the 1 seeds. So Howard earned that right. And then last night we had Prairie View A&M for the first time in program history. They survive, they advance, they join Miami of Ohio, who got their second win in tournament history last night, as the 4 that advanced from the first 4. And the, I guess, tail of the tape here is that these games were not as good as last night's, but I would say the fans by and large were pretty excited about Miami of Ohio, primarily because, and this is on me because I didn't pick them, and that's just me playing 4D chess with myself and losing. Miami of Ohio played in Dayton, Ohio last night, where the first 4 was, and so it was basically like a home game for them. And the people showed out and showed up. There was incredible energy in that building. Absolutely inspired play from all of the Red Hawks players, especially Ian Elmer, who went off last night. He had 6 threes. They actually set a record for most threes in a first 4, which is absolutely their identity. This team shoots a lot. Whether they hit their threes or not is pretty much how they are going to win or lose basketball games. And so they came into this game 31-1. They're now 32-1. Thanks to Ian Elmer. Thanks to everybody hitting their threes. 16 threes, 16 for 39, 39%. Ian Elmer had 6 of those bad boys. We can actually take a look at one of those threes. I tee that up for us.
I'll have to double check my sources. Atlason flips it up, no good. Suter comes in for the offensive rebound. Good no shot there. Elmer from the deep end. Oh! Are you kidding me?
For the low shot. And they also had this kind of energy in the student section. Shout out to NKY Bracketology, by the way. He had boots on the ground. I believe he's covering, or he was covering the entire first 4. So this is courtesy of him, his actual footage. Look at my man in the red, all red. That's what there it is. It's actually worked, by the way. The guy who got at the 1 for 2, he missed the first one, made the second. So that is what happens when you play a first 4 game in Dayton, Ohio, and your team is from Miami of Ohio. Shout out to the Red Hawks. They survive. They advance. They are, I'm not sure who they're playing, but we'll take a look in a second here.
Playing Gators.
They're playing who?
Miami of Ohio.
Yeah. They're playing Florida?
The Gators.
They are?
Yeah.
No. They're an 11 seed. They wouldn't do that. The Gators are a 1 seed. The Gators are going to be playing one of the 16 seeds.
Tennessee.
Playing Tennessee. That's spicy. That's a spicy game.
Howard plays the Gators.
Howard plays the Gators. I'm sorry, Howard. Howard for their first ever. Uh-oh.
Howard plays Michigan.
Howard plays Michigan. And?
Miami of Ohio plays Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah. So that's a spicy one. That's a great, that'll be good for the pick'em because I imagine a lot of people will be on Miami. Myself included. I've learned my lesson. I'm not going to pick against the Red Hawks. I don't think in the next round. But that was, let's see, how did we do on the rating? Yes, that was the game of the night pretty much in terms of the first 4. That was the most rated by far. 7-7. 7-7 I think is gracious. This game really wasn't good. You know what? I take it back. It was actually frenetic energy in there, and the shot making was really impressive from Miami of Ohio. Shout out to SMU. We lost one of the great college basketball names last night, Boopy Miller. He was eliminated from play, but he did not go down without a fight. In fact, that entire team from SMU, they had some big boys. That 7'2" guy, Samit Yatoglu, I think I'm going to butcher that name, but he's a big dude. He fouled out, which is usually the case. And this game was tied at 50. They did come back, but Miami just basically ran them out of the gym. They shot the lights out. That's their identity. You know, when they hit their shots, they're going to be hard to beat. They also have incredible ball movement. They're very active. And as we like to say during this time of year, they have a bunch of hashtag exciting whites. So we will look for Miami of Ohio versus Tennessee in the round of 64. That's not today, but tomorrow. They get the night off. They get to rest. Game plan for that. 7-7. March is here, and we have closed out the first 4. We'll come back to that to close the show. So I kind of eating my own words here because I mentioned, I think when we were talking about making the show, or as I was kind of pitching it to people, just seeing, you know, what would be the value of the fact that, you know, we're using a platform that we all rate. We all rate the games, right? So then I can then talk about them, which in theory means that the mainstream, like ESPN, clickbait, rage bait, lead in segments that are all about the Dallas Cowboys or all about the Lakers and LeBron James, they would kind of not be talked about as much. I'm kind of eating my words here, but for good reason. For good reason. So last night, the Lakers played the Rockets, which was supposed to be the game of the year for the Rockets, right? They want to be taken seriously. They have Kevin Durant, and they are supposed contenders in the West, and then you have the Lakers, equally so. And LeBron and Luka absolutely put on a show last night. So first and foremost, LeBron James, look, say what you want about the guy. Obviously, I am biased. I love him. He's my favorite basketball player. I am unashamed to admit that. This is the man at 41 years young.
Loves the way the team is playing, and he feels I'm confident we can stay there. It's been a slow build. James! Oh, LeBron James! 41 years old.
41 years old. Green lets him know.
And what a pass is. Loves the way the team is.
We actually have a better view of that right here. Let's see if I can get you.
I love it when players would say, man, behind the backboard. I love it when players would say, man, what a pass. Like, pass, that was a heck of a catch. Behind the backboard.
Come on now.
I love it when players would say, man, what a pass. Like, pass, that was a heck of a catch. Behind the back.
41. So we had that, okay? And then we had Doncic with maybe his signature Laker moment.
And a 6-point lead. Smart throws it. James back to Doncic on the drive. Pulls back. Three-pointer. Bang! Luka Doncic nails the three. Timeout Rockets.
Bang on the left.
Luka Magic is alive.
Luka Magic is alive.
And a 6-point lead. Smart throws it. James back to Doncic on the drive. Pulls back. Three-pointer. Bang! Luka Doncic nails the three. Timeout Rockets.
So I got, I go back and forth on this. I don't know if like LeBron's too old and he's screwing up this Lakers team, this youth movement with Luka and Austin Reeves. But then I see stuff like that. I'm like, maybe they got a shot. All I want to see personally is for him to go to the finals one more time. I just want to see one more LeBron finals before I'm ready to come to terms and process that the guy I grew up with is no longer the guy that I grew up with. And he's the old man. So hopefully we'll see what happens. And that's, the NBA playoffs are about a month away, and starting to get good. The NBA is starting to get good, but make no mistake, folks, today is March Madness, day one. It's basically a holiday, and I know that I'm celebrating. So why don't we go back to where we belong, which is